Stardate 64, 5 something. I don't pay attention to what week it is, ever. So sue me. I have a vlog to do before I have to go do my normal chores around the ship. You know, the chores of taking care of all these animals that we've been sneaking on board. I really wish I didn't have to do that. Then again, I guess, as per last week, I just added one more to the ship. Woo! Okay. Anyway. Actually, I snuck him on a while ago. The captain asked me a question, and that question was, if I could make my own big three out of shoujo and shonen mangas, what would I pick and why? Well, Rin-ne would be one of them. Rin-ne doesn't have an anime yet, but once it does have an anime, I would definitely pick Rin-ne. Would definitely make a really good big three, because I'm sure it's going to be long like Inuyasha was. And Inuyasha was one time, like, the big part of the big three back before Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece even occurred in the world. So Rin-ne would be a good one, which is kind of a shonen shoujo mix because it's a romance, but it's also an action thing. That's what I love about Rimiko Takahashi, is she's able to do that. If Gundam counts as a shonen, then I would pick Gundam 00, obviously. But for me, I guess just the contents of Gundam doesn't really scream shonen to me. It doesn't exactly scream seinen either. It's kind of this weird little mix. But to me, Gundam isn't for teenagers, and it isn't necessarily for 40-year-old adults either, but it's somewhere in the middle. It's somewhere in that place of self-discovery, and kind of the place that I am right now, and the place that most 20-something-year-olds are. That's kind of where Gundam sits for me. So I can't necessarily call Gundam a shonen, but I can't call it a seinen either. So it's kind of somewhere in the middle. But if I had to count it as a shonen, then yes, I would pick Gundam 00, definitely, because it's an amazing series, and I think that people really need to give it a chance. And I want to pick like a full shoujo, but there just isn't any that I really love. I suppose if Fruits Basket wasn't a 26-episode anime. I mean, I'm a firm believer that 26-episode animes can definitely be mainstream, considering Trigun was mainstream, Bebop was mainstream, is still mainstream. You know, short series can still be mainstream without a problem, but I guess if I'm picking a, you know, big three, if I'm picking like the number, you know, the three main animes that just continue to go on and on forever, then obviously the current Fruits Basket anime wouldn't work. But if it actually continued to follow the path of the manga, then I would say that would probably be a good one, because it's pretty funny and it's pretty decent, and it's just one of the only shoujos that doesn't make me want to hurl. So I'll go with that. So my big three consists of Rin-ne, Gundam 00, and Fruits Basket, if Fruits Basket could continue. That's my big three. And now my question for David is, what do you prefer? Do you prefer romance or do you prefer action? And that can go for anything. I mean, shonen and shoujo, I know there's more to shoujo than romance, but the majority of what shoujo is today is romance. So it can go for anything that you want to relate it to. Anime or television shows, movies, whatever you want to relate it to. Do you prefer romance or do you prefer action? That is your question, David, and we will see you tomorrow, and I will see everybody else next week. Bye.